dismounted the Blackhawks and we started walking towards the village. I had my squad lined up and we saw movement. I decided to have my men take a knee, and so we all took a knee, and where I took a knee at was a landmine, and when I stood up it went off, taking my right arm and my right leg. They loaded me onto the bird. I flew back to the camp. I remember sitting at the operating table and the doctors, and I was told that I went to Germany first and then to Walter Reed.
When we found out, it was about 5 in the morning. His first sergeant called and said, "Is this Scarlett Fanene?" And he told us that he was in a terrible accident and he lost his arm and his leg. And they called us back and they said he was in stable condition and that they would fly us out as soon as possible, and that was 2 days later. So me and my daughter and his parents flew out to Walter Reed.
I remember my daughter being on my chest, and my daughter was, I was with my daughter for about a week when she was born. I came home on leave, and then when I left, I hadn't seen her since that day, and on that day she was about 6 months old. And she wasn't crying or anything. She wasn't scared of who I was. She wasn't intimidated or anything. I just remember her looking at me, and it was a very comfortable feeling.
His recovery was doing very well. He stood up on one of his legs for, I think, the first week.
Immediately I was doing physical therapy, and it was hard for me at first because in that state, the last thing I wanted to do was exercise, but I knew it would be important, and my physical therapist kept pushing me, and so after about 6 months, I was on my way.
I remember the therapy included him using his prosthetics and using a doll, because our daughter was 6 months at the time, and he would use a doll and take a diaper and practice with it. He was able to change her diaper. He was able to feed her, and I think that meant a lot because her and his relationship could be the same. Like there wasn't any barrier between them.
Feeding myself was a big problem. Bathing myself, using the bathroom, and so my wife accounted for all of that, and she picked up the slack. And for a good 6 months, she carried on that way, taking care of both not only myself but our daughter as well. I'm in my wheelchair quite a bit and around my house, and so there's a lot of hopping that goes on. My back goes out quite often because of the hopping, and I won't fit into my daughter's bathroom.
You know, I don't like to see him struggling to take a shower. Like for instance, he has to stand up on one leg because there's a little ledge but barely fits him. He's a big guy.
I can't count how many times I've slipped while hopping into the shower, injuring myself.
For in our kids' rooms, he'll have to hop from the actual doorway to get into their rooms. And you know, I'm sure he doesn't mind doing it, but I'd rather him not.
To have the accessibility to roll anywhere in the house in a wheelchair would be amazing. Having the openness of the kitchen would allow me to be in the kitchen at the same time with my wife, for me to roll under certain areas, maybe the sink, or to roll into a shower would be, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Sometimes when he goes in and out of the doors or inside to the house, the kids or our daughter, she'll help hold the door open for him, or, you know, I don't think she'd have to feel like she has to help him anymore. And she would know that, you know, her dad can do it. But I think, like, you know, getting a new home would help him feel like he can do more. And I think it'd help him be a better person too.
I think we're just more appreciative that our generation of veterans has the opportunity to work with people such as Homes for Our Troops.
A new home would be awesome. I think he deserves to live comfortably. And, you know, if it's not for us, at least another, you know, wounded soldier's getting that. And I think anyone would be appreciative of that.